Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is CoH Blitzkrieg, and today it's a bit of a different video, so this is not a gameplay video today. What we are going to do here is edit some maps. So as we plan to release an upcoming small batch that is more about bug hunting, we do also would like to improve some of the already existing maps. Most importantly, at least I've got a couple of my mind, but the most important one is going to be Blija, which is a famous 3 versus 3 map that everyone likes. Too much of a shame though that the map has a couple of issues when it comes to pathfinding, and the city in the center is not very well revamped. So I'll leave that for later though, because what I'm going to do at the moment is edit this map that we have over here. This is called Karachev or Karachev. I'm not sure how to pronounce this correctly, but it's an Eastern Front mode map that got included into Blitzkrieg Mod last batch. It's a great map overall. Whoever made this map did a great job, to be fair. I have not been able to see any issues with the map at all. It is also not a very small map. Well, not very big, but it's certainly not too small. It's a 2v2 map, like I said. If we look at the map, everything is very well made. We have got the AA turrets placed in good positions. We have got the reinforced points as well. So if we go to object placement, it's going to be this one. Let's just wait for it to load. It's going to take a bit. So yeah, everything is placed very well on the map. There is nothing really to change at all. So this is like the reinforced points for the 2 players on this side. If we go as well on the other side, there is the reinforced points on the road as well, so that looks absolutely neat. So we have got a lot of building space as well for your HQ factories, so there is no issues really. The victory points are also placed in a good position. We've got one in the center, one on the very right, and another one on the left side. So what we are going to do is not to touch anything on the map. I'm not going to spend much time. What I will do, however, is I'm going to just change the weather, because when you are into the game, while you're playing this mapping game, it does look too dark. I'm not sure, maybe here on the world builder it actually looks better than it does in the actual game, but when you play this in the game, it definitely looks too dimmed and it's too dark as well, and there's no other weather options to choose from. So I will still keep it one weather option, but what I will do is I will change this weather option to something a bit more on the midday scale, so it's more daytime, more clear to see and everything. So I'm going to do this rather quickly. So let's do this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open scenarios actually, and then sphere properties, and then I'll move this to the right side. Over here we have got a couple of options to fiddle with. The first thing I will do is I will change the sunlight color into light yellow, and then I'll change the soldier light to the same one as the sun, which is light yellow, just to keep everything on the same level. And then I will also go to sky model. We've got a couple of models already embedded in the world builder. The one I usually like, actually before I change it, I'll just show you how the current one looks like, so we can see it change in front of our eyes. This is the one that we have, more of a dusk theme. I'll change that to wolf hens, which is usually the one I like. So this is the one that looks a bit more like a midday weather, so it's much better than the dusk one that we had previously. This though does not change anything on the map itself. This is just the sky, the coloring on the ground, and a sphere is still the same. So this doesn't change much. It's just the sky on the top. So what we are going to do next is change the ambient scale, which I believe is the reason why the map looks too dark, because it's set to 90%, which is relatively low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this and bring it up by a large margin. So what I will do is I will move this a little bit, not a little bit actually, a bit too much upscale. So I'll keep this maybe at 350. Yeah, 350 looks good. So yeah, it looks definitely much more vibrant now. So what we will do next as well is we might want to remove the misc environment. Let's see how this... oh, that actually doesn't look any better. So I'll just probably keep misc environment as it was. It looks more realistic that way, in my opinion. One thing I'll definitely get rid of though is fog. Fog is not a great thing on Company of Heroes maps, because when you look at the distance, keep looking here guys, and see how it affects when I remove the fog. So this is the fog enabled at the moment. I'll now disable fog. So you see at the distance, now it looks more crispy. I'll do this again just for you guys to notice the difference. Keep looking there, and then I'll enable fog, and then I will disable it again. So it looks much better without the fog indeed. Another thing I'm going to remove is probably the exposure. So if you keep looking here at this arrow, you can notice probably that it's a bit more, there is like something around it, like a glare or blurriness. So if we click on exposure, it removes this blurriness from the objects, so it looks more crispy and natural. So there's no need for exposure, no need for fog. I'll keep FX and weather, obviously. I will, however, remove the thing that says transitions, because what transitions are for is if you would like to change the weather as the game progresses. So maybe you can start with a midday weather, and then as you move towards the end, or as you keep playing the game, it might turn into night, for example. We don't have this set up for this map, and it's just one weather anyway, so we don't need any of the transitions, so I'll untick that. So at the moment we have changed the fog exposure, removed the transitions, changed the lights, the sunlight, and we changed the sky. Let's see how this looks like after we apply it, and decide whether we like it or not. Click on apply. Oh, that's not what I was expecting. Okay, so this doesn't look so great, so there's something probably we have done wrong. Let's see what we can improve. So if we scroll up a little bit, I think that what's causing this color is maybe the light of the sun. So if we go back and change this to what it was before, it was the light orange, I believe, and then click apply. Yeah, it was definitely the light of the sun. So I don't like this one though, so I'll probably change this back to, let's see, maybe white. Not yet, it doesn't look great either. Maybe tan. Oh, that looks nice. It feels more like between white and orange. It certainly looks more realistic that way. So I'll keep it on this color. That's pretty much everything we need to do. Actually, before I forget, I'm going to change the soldier light, which is basically the light on the models when you play the game. So I'll change that to tan as well, to keep it on the same scale as the light of the sun on the ground. So I'll just apply that too. And then I'll click OK. I've clicked apply, yeah. And then I will click OK. So that's pretty much everything we need to do on this map. I'm not going to change anything else. Anything else on the map looks absolutely great, so keep it as it is. Now, the next one I'm going to do is Blija. As we did the Karachev map previously, this time, like I said, I am going to do the Blija map. It is a 6-player map, 3 versus 3, originally created by Nerilion, one of the most experienced map makers of all time. He specially created it for Blitzkrieg Mod, but he never finished the map as far as I'm concerned, and it always remained as work in progress. It was never completed. So this is one of the most popular maps actually, despite it's not complete and currently has a lot of errors. There is a lot of pathing issues on this side. The houses in the center are quite glitched. Some of them don't have windows. The soldiers can't shoot from all directions. Some of them are even like this house, for example. It does have absolutely no windows on this side, so the soldiers can't shoot from it. They can only take fire. They can start being hit by incoming fire, but they don't shoot from this side at all. There's many houses like these in the center of the map. So what I'm going to do so far is I'm going to fix the pathing issues. I'm going to clean the city pretty much, make sure the models we use for the houses are all working properly. So I'm going to remove a lot of these houses and replace it with other models that actually work, instead of the ones that currently don't work or are glitched. I'm also going to remove or reduce the density of the buildings in the center, because the more the buildings, the more the lag for some of the players who have weaker computers. So I'll just remove a lot of these houses. We don't need all these houses in the center. Just a few would be enough, I believe. So these houses as well, they don't shoot on some of the sides, so I'm going to replace each of them. But first things first, I will go and fix the pathing issues on this side. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the height map editor. So the thing with this side is when you zoom in, there is this, like you see, there's this climb over here. So when you play in-game, actually units would not be able to pass from this side to this side at all. Even when you destroy these fences, the tanks and infantry will not be able to move from this side to this side, or the other way from this side to the other side either. So it's like a small hill that no units are able to pass, and this is due to the rough terrain located in this spot. It is the same thing here as well. It's only the entrance that so basically this house block, you can only get inside, but you can't get outside from anywhere except from this side again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix the layout of the terrain on this side. But before I do that, actually, I'm going to remove the object. The fences I'm going to remove to begin with. But looks like... looks like these are not objects, actually, so probably they are splines at this rate. Yes, it looks like they are certainly splines. I'm not sure why Nerilion did that. Splines are not great to be used as fences, to be fair, because they are hard to remove. But I'll just click delete. I'll delete this one as well. I'll delete it on all of the 4 sides before I flatten the ground. So I've removed this one. I've got to be careful on this one actually, because splines can overlap when you select them. They are a bit annoying, I got to say. That's what I meant. So I'll try to catch this one without removing the rest of them. I'll get back to that one later on. But yeah, this part of the video is going to be quite long. So when I'm doing the editing, I'll probably cut a lot of the boring parts where I get to like clean and revamp and do everything. But yeah, this is one part I will revamp. So let me just finish painting this area. Let me just cleaning and flattening the ground, and then we'll get back to the other things. Excellent. So we have flattened this part of the map. So now units will be able to move just normally, as they should be, from this point to anywhere. They can get out of this block of the buildings from any direction, as long as there is no objects, obviously. I've also removed the big chunk of tree that was here, because there's basically no need for it. So now this part of the map has no pathing issues whatsoever. I will also remove some of the fences that are blocking pathing in general on the open terrain. I know that scout cars and vehicles in general would be able to crush these fences later as you progress through the game, but I can see that there is a lot of fences that are basically just not justified. So what I will do is I'll remove more and more of these splines, just because we don't really need them. So yeah, the fences are all done. Now, if we go to the houses in general, so this house, for example, has an issue that it does not shoot from either side, from on the left side or the right side. So the house models that I'm going to use are going to be two house models that are proven to be working fine. One is located in Holland, in the Holland hierarchy, and it's called, I believe, Plaster 3x2 red roof, something like that. Let me just locate where this house is. This is the one that we're looking for, Plaster 3x2 red roof x1. So if we place this one here, this one is proven in game to be working absolutely fine. It has two doors for entrances on the sides. All the windows on all of the four sides work properly, so your soldiers can shoot from all directions. They will not be just taking fire and not shooting back. So this house is the house model that I'm going to use mainly on this map. There is another one as well, a smaller version, just to replace the ones on this side, because these ones are also not working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace most of the houses on the map, basically. So I will remove this one as well and replace it with another working model that was tested in the game to be working absolutely fine. I believe it was in art buildings, and then it was in Normandy rural, and then buildings, and then we go to rough stone. I believe it was called 2x2 rough stone. I think it was this one. Yeah, this is the one that we are going to use as a replacement for this one. It does also have, it actually has just one door, but it has working windows from all directions. I also made sure that the house models we use as replacement are all destructible. That's one thing about the houses. Let me just replace the houses, guys, and then we will get back to what's next. So another thing that I also noticed on this map is, despite its huge size, the HQ sector is rather small actually for HQ buildings. Especially, not all of them, but some of them at least, especially on the other side. Here, when I played this map, a lot of players complain that they don't have enough space to build, especially the Panzer Elite buildings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand the play area on the sectors for the HQ. So they get more space to build HQ buildings. So to keep it on the fair level, I'm going to expand the play area or the sector for each of the HQs. One of the other things that I would like to do is, because on this side of the map, the HQs are right at the edge of the map, and behind them there is this river. It doesn't make too much sense if the reinforcements point would be right next to the river, when there is actually a road on the next to the player 1 spawn point. So if you just move all the reinforced points on the road, I think that would make a lot much more sense.